WNJC 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station, broadcasting online at WNJC1360.com, a service of Forsyth Broadcasting.
Up next on WNJC 1360 AM is the Doc and Amy Show, sweethearts of the air who agree to disagree sometimes. And now, here are Doc and Amy.
Easy for you to say, Ronaldo.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart. Welcome, everyone, to the Doc and Amy Show again here on Sunday. This is our 5th anniversary show. Now, don't be confused. It's not that we've been here for 5 years. We, at some point, we would like to. But Amy and I are celebrating 5 years together today. So, so we are, at this point, should be fully vested in the relationship. And
we should be.
Well, I guess I'll find out more about that later.
And I got the best anniversary gift ever.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
No, he built me a shelf.
A shelf.
Kurt is here today too.
Yes.
Oh yes, and I was getting to that.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to hear more about how much you appreciated the show. No, we also have a friend of the show, Kurt Zimmerman. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back.
Excellent. And we've got, of course, Robert there running the show behind the, there at the producer's desk, and he's waving like it's not even radio. Say something, man.
Hello, everyone.
Robert.
He's waving, doing hand shadows over there. It doesn't work on radio, man. No, we always have lots of fun here now, and we have a delightful guest. You've heard me here before. But today, I did want to mention that it is our anniversary, and it's been a great 5 years, darling. I'm looking forward to
it's been awesome.
At least another 5
months or so. Yeah. But so he made me a shelf.
A shelf.
For my closet, because I needed like food storage,
Her
pantry,
closet.
Okay.
my closet.
It's a pantry.
It's a pantry, and
Right.
he made me a corner shelf, and it's awesome. I left the door open yesterday to the closet just so every time I walked by, I was sitting on the couch, I could just glance over and see the shelf.
So it's
Now you're putting something in my wife's head because we have a pantry that she wants shelves in, and if she's listening online, she's going to go, "Oh look, Doc did that for Amy. Now you're going to do it for me. Come on, let's go."
It was awesome.
I just like the idea of having food in there. Now I can, boast that there are edible pantries. Whatever. But thank you, darling.
It's going to be that kind of show, huh?
Yeah. Well, I happen to get a delightful gift as well. A gift of a casino day. It was with the Valentino. Jesus,
The Valentino parking.
It's the valet parking. Gambling and food and all that. So
and I hate the casino, so it's a gift of love on my behalf because
I used to be able to
he
go to the
loves it.
casino before kids, so it's.
yeah,
I just don't.
Those kids get in the way in the casino, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. Here, kid. Here's a quarter. Go play the machine.
Out of the way, you little chump. That's my penny machine.
No, I'm too cheap. I just don't like gambling. Like I could put like $10-20 in the penny slots, but then I'm done and I want to leave.
Right.
I'm just too cheap.
A couple of weeks ago, we went to the casino, and I'd just been wanting to go to do something different on our weekends together. Every other weekend, she has custody of me, and so we have to figure out something to do. And so we went to the casino, and I was so hyped for this. I just, I hadn't been in a long, long time, and I'm just a penny slot kind of guy. I don't go play the table games and cards and roulette and all that other, high roller stuff. Give me a penny, two cent slot. I'm a happy camper. So I'm sitting there playing like crazy, watching all the things spin. I look over at her, and she looks like she's sitting on a bed of nails.
I'm like,
I'm having.
And then he looked at me, and I was like, I got the smile on my face, like the fake smile.
But it was so fake that it looked like she was like passing a pine cone.
Oh yeah.
So.
So I'd lose like $4, and I'd cash out, and I'd sit there and watch him, and then I'd go walk around and play, and I'd lose like $4 more, and then I'd cash out, and I think I lost like the last of my $20 when you had lost a lot more than that. So,
but see,
I'm just too cheap.
Tell no tales, Amy. Come
Yeah.
on.
Some folks just don't know how to do it. You stay with the machine and you play to let the odds catch up with you. You don't lose a nickel and then take off and try another machine. It doesn't work.
It just gives me heart palpitations. I'm too cheap.
Here's a hint for the slots.
Okay.
Go and use the slot machines right by the bathrooms. Last couple times we went down, my wife, when nature called,
Yeah.
I said, all right, you go in there. I put like $10 in like a nickel machine or something like that, and we hit for like $150. So that's the thing. Always
People aren't playing those because they don't want to be right by the bathroom.
Exactly, and so they're always ready to go. So that's
I have to be right by the bathroom.
Either you want to be right by the bathroom or you don't want to be there. So I don't know. Last couple times we went, it hit.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Hey, out there in Radio Land, there's a little hint
They
there.
keep those beers coming. If the proximity to the bathroom is kind of a must.
Well, now they have a button right on the slot machine that you can push and put your drink order in.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to
How
wait.
about
I used to
that?
have to wait for about 2 hours for them to come by. Would you like coffee?
Yeah.
It's like no.
No, I don't want no coffee.
I want something a little stronger,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Do they even
Irish
give you
coffee.
free drink? Like when I used to go to Atlantic City, you got free mixed drinks.
Oh yeah, I think they had to curb that from the last couple of years because
They're losing too much.
People like Leonard Toast like losing the Philadelphia Eagles because of all the free drink. So I think that was that policy is a little more not as relaxed.
Yeah, that's not as.
I mean, because I used to go and I play the penny slots and I just keep jamming on the drinks. I'm like, man, I'm making out okay here.
Beautiful.
I mean, the drinks were small.
Right.
You hit up a couple different waitresses at the same time.
Right.
And then you always got somebody bringing a drink to you.
But you have such a low threshold. You hand somebody a beer, you get a buzz.
I just don't have the...
Today, we're celebrating our anniversary, having a good time. We're hanging around the house.
Writing stuff for the show while he was
and she had
doing the show.
And building the shelf, yes. And she had, you had one drink?
No, I had more than one drink.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Because I look over and she's,
I'm like,
she's stretched out like, a mummy on the couch. Like she's, boom. I'm like, what happened to you? Gee, it's a vodka. I'm like, there wasn't enough vodka in the house to hurt you.
No, I had three drinks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But then I'm like, I just need something. I took a tablespoon of peanut butter, and like 20 minutes later, I felt better. Like, I just needed like fat in me to...
There's no better breakfast than vodka and eggs, honestly.
Vodka and eggs.
Yes, that's right.
No, and for a while...
Well, you get your potatoes instead of the hash browns. So
Yeah,
you just
there you
drink the
go, see?
I like gin and milk myself.
No, for a while, like, I was drinking... energy drinks with vodka, and I get like the little individual vodkas, like in the different flavors or whatever. No comments on that, Mr. Doc. And I wasn't getting a buzz. It's like the energy drink negates the vodka.
Yeah, it's
You
like
just
taking the
never
antidote with the poison.
You never get a buzz. It's not like I'm
Exactly.
trying to get drunk. I don't like to get drunk, but a little buzz to relax you's nice. And nothing was. I'd be jamming on. I'm like, nothing's happening.
So where did you get this crystal meth? Anyway,
Anyway.
she wasn't talking like this at home. I don't know what happened. So anyway, we are in the throes of discussing several issues that we have pursued today to kind of bring to our listening audience, both of you. And we would like to also remind you that our call-in lines are 856-227-1360. And certainly call in and give us your opinion, any help that we can get around here.
Don't forget to go on the website.
And the website is www.thedocandamyshow.com.
Yep.
And you spell
what it
all
is.
that out. It's all words and everything.
It's all words, like all like words.
It's all like words and stuff. But I did today. We added, as I promised last week, I added a picture to our Contact Us page.
You did.
It's a caption contest. So if you look at the picture and just right down below that, you can give us your caption, and we will, of a sort, send you to dinner. We will have a gift card for you to go out and enjoy the fruits of your labors. So look at that. Page 2 of the website, www.thedocandamyshow.com. Give us your best idea for a caption,
funny.
and by golly, you can have dinner on us. So I'd like to start. There were some things that Amy was putting together. One of them I'm supposed to kind of introduce, and I've forgotten what the heck it was.
I don't remember what it was either.
See, it's at the vodka.
We'll do that later. I'll slip you a note or something.
I did really. Well, you can just do them in the order that you have prepared them. But
thank you.
I was listening to some of this earlier, and it's thought-provoking. So, darling, Amy, my sweetheart, is going to take this and run with it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I came across an article in CNN. It was written by, and I apologize to her if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, Frida Gitis. I'm guessing that's correct. I don't really know how to pronounce it. But It was on CNN.
She's not
and
listening.
The article was 5 signs that the Middle East is changing. So, one, instead of politics and religion, try tango and salsa. The point being that they're expanding their horizons.
Or mango and
Okay.
salsa.
Mango.
Yeah.
Peach mango and salsa.
Ooh.
What is this disco hour we've been?
Oh, yes.
What is salsa degraded to?
Casey and the Sunshine Salsa Band.
It's great.
Her name was Lola.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, I'm sorry, darling. Go ahead.
All right. 2, humor has become a popular weapon. Apparently, satirists are making fun of the government, and the government doesn't know how to respond.
In the Middle
So-
East?
Yeah, so they're
And they're
mixing
not
things up a
responding
little.
with mass executions
No,
over
apparently
there?
not. No, they
Wow.
don't know how to respond. So, 3, when an American president shows up, it's not that big of a deal. Nobody cares.
It's not that
anymore.
big of a deal now, anywhere here.
When
you
he's
know.
here, right.
He's always in that plane.
Exactly. 4, fewer people buy the theory that it's all about Israel. Apparently, everyone's agreeing that repairing Palestine is not going to fix the Middle East problems. So,
Okay.
And then 5, even kings say they want democracy now, namely the
Okay.
King of Jordan. Okay, so
Nice.
I have a little list.
Because with democracy comes taxes.
Yes,
exactly.
Hello?
Yep, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Cha-ching.
So I added on to this with my 5 signs that the Middle East is changing.
Oh, so you've developed your own.
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay,
I'm not
let's
talking
hear them.
politics here. That's boring. So,
Okay.
1, it's following through on its promises. It's doing what it says it will, which it hasn't always done in the past.
Oh, you
So-
mean like promising to develop nuclear weapons and following through with it?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I see. All right.
Exactly.
That's-
You got it.
Well,
Yeah.
That makes me feel so much better.
It does. Me too. So, 2, it's not working late anymore and forgetting to turn its cell phone on after that big, long meeting. So, I mean, that's, it's changing. It's doing
Okay.
better.
Well,
So,
I'll have to write that one down.
yeah, 3, it doesn't leave its clothes on the bedroom floor.
No, it just leaves tents all over the desert.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Okay, I got you.
4, it remembers birthdays, anniversaries, and your middle name.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm trying to forget my middle name. I don't
Middle
really
East
need that
is
help.
sounding kind of domestic here. In
Yeah,
Middle
yeah,
East is
just a little.
starting to sound like a cuckolded boyfriend. Or something.
Yeah.
And then finally, which we could not leave this one out, it doesn't leave the seat up. So that's just proof that it's
At least
Do they even have seats?
that's what I
over
was going to say. When did they develop toilets in the Middle East?
when they squat in
Now
a
you
hole,
said-
they put a lid on it.
Now, Amy, you said that they're developing humor in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a double-edged sword if a comedian bombs over there. So,
Everybody else does.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It
well,
totally is. Yeah. So that's the 5
It's
signs
the
that the Middle
comedian.
East
He's a
is changing.
suicide bomber, basically. Yeah. Okay. So he just does himself out.
Who cares if you don't like my jokes?
Thank you very much.
Next week we'll do some stuff on Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong Un.
The
Yes.
greatest haircut
Oh,
in
yeah,
the far
Il's the-
east.
He looks
Yeah.
like somebody put Tupperware on his head, and right around the edge.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well,
I still think he's the Gangnam Style guy, that pie guy who did that song.
Sigh.
Sigh.
Psy,
Yes.
isn't it? Oh, Psy, P-S-O-I.
You're drunk again, aren't you?
I am. I don't know what my
think
brain
Kim
is today.
Jong-un just needs a Snickers bar, and then he would just be like Psy. You know?
Yeah.
Just chill him out.
Yeah, because he's such a diva right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the pistachio commercial too.
The pistachio.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I don't watch
They have
television.
A song on the
I-
pistachio.
I listen to radio. I'm faithful to my medium.
and he's like dancing on the pistachio. It's a little scary.
That was an
You
acid
are
trip I had in '86.
That was a dream she had on the couch
A
earlier.
South Korean
Yeah.
guy rapping and riding a pistachio. It's like my worst
Wow.
nightmare.
I'm seriously afraid to be in the room right now, Robert. I don't know.
All I'm doing is saying what was on TV.
I think can we put some rubber on these walls for next week? This is getting out of hand.
Oh, now.
Okay, now. All right. Well, now the other thing we were going to talk about here today, and because just right up until most recently, it's been cold, chilly, ugly outside, and we're starting to get some really decent weather starting to pop up.
Oh, yes.
Today was pretty nice. I was outside building a shelf, and it's looking pretty good. Kurt, I understand you have made some observations about spring.
Well, first of all, the thing about spring that I've always noticed, it's always spring when the little kids are standing outside of the supermarket with the cans in their baseball uniform on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, going, can I have some change? And I go, well, no, just give me
money.
I mean, first of all, that's a darned if you do and darned if you don't. If you give the kid the money, then you feel like a dope because you gave the kid the money because he's just standing there with the cup in his hand. But if you don't give him the money, then you walk away feeling like you're a jerk. Absolutely. Right. So,
and then they bounce that baseball off the back of your head.
Right, exactly. And then you hear the coaches, cheapskate. So I came up with a way to combat this. What you do is you walk up to them with a bottle of Windex and some paper towels and care. Go be like every other hobo bumming for food. Go out and clean my windshield.
Clean the windshield.
And the kid looks at me like, I can't reach. Well, then have your coach do it. Let me get into the supermarket. I expect the car to be done by the time I get out. I only have a small order. So that's my sign that spring, and I live right by a Little League. And so now the people coming in at 40 miles an hour on my 25-mile-an-hour street trying to go because they're late for the game. So I told them.
I just say, do you take credit cards?
Yeah.
And they look at me like I'm nuts, and I'm sorry I have no money.
No.
Or give them Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Oh, Chuck E. Cheese tokens. That would be good.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
Then
It's
you see now you've reached the middle ground. You're not the bad guy or the chump. You've given them something they can use.
Well, I would just try. Confederate money would be a nice way.
Confederate money.
Here's a big pile of Confederate money, kid. Here, try to get 10 cents out of that. Yeah, that would be not. I'd be still donating, but it would be
and they're products of public education. They don't know Jefferson Davis isn't president, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. I don't know.
So wrong.
The other thing that we know that it's spring around here is when you go to McDonald's and they have the Shamrock Shake. You know winter's over when they say the Shamrock Shakes are back. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Those things can be deadly. I'm going to tell you something. It caused a health scare to me when I was a kid, and I to this day I've sworn them off. True story.
Okay.
I'm 7 years old. I lived right by a McDonald's growing up, so my mother goes, would you like to go to McDonald's for lunch? I said, fine. So I go over there, I get a large Shamrock Shake. Middle of the afternoon, that thing was so good. I snuck out of the house with money I had, got another large one. Dinner time. My parents were going out. They go to my brother. Hey, take your kid brother out to dinner. Guess what? I had 3 of them. 3 large ones in the afternoon. Now, mind you, I digested them fine. It was the next day that was a problem. So it was time to go to the potty, and I get up, and I was appalled. It was green in there. Now, first of all, I had to say something to my mom. I went, Mom, it's green. What am I going to do? I'm dying here. And she goes, oh, my God. Now, first of all, she was a Methodist minister. She laid her hands on me, and she was trying to heal me right there. And if that didn't work, we were going to the Mayo Clinic. Now, my father was in the next room. He could care less. He just wanted to make sure the plumbing still worked. Make sure you know how to use the plunger, kid. And my brother just laughed at me and made fun of it. So to this day, I've sworn off Shamrock Shakes because of that. Because for the next 5 years, every March, I was humiliated by the rest of my family.
Because that story kept raising its ugly head.
Isn't there a story in everybody's family that comes back? Yeah. Well, that was mine till I was 12. And to this day, if my brother goes, hey, you want to go to McDonald's and get a Shamrock Shake? I'm like, no. No.
Every time we go to get a Shamrock Shake, this happened again this year. I took the boys to get a Shamrock Shake. The shake machine's broken. I'm like, seriously? Every year.
I think the green dye destroys the machine.
Oh my God!
Yeah, just get him a vanilla shake, race home with it, put in some green food coloring, stir it up, bada bing.
It tastes like Shamrocks.
What's a Shamrock?
It
does.
What are you grazing?
No,
out
it tastes like Shamrocks. It's magical.
It's Shamrock.
They take real live. They harvest
and if
shamrocks.
You mix Lucky Charms in it would be an Irish martini.
You're lucky stars.
No, I'm serious.
Like
every
moons
single
and hearts
year.
and clovers.
The Shamrock, the shake machine's broken.
Okay, I'm going to...
It has like 2 moving parts in it.
It has more than that.
Sorry, the cow broke.
What are you, from Montana? It had 2 moving parts in a shake machine? Okay, keep cranking. No, I've never had a Shamrock Shake. I'm going to admit that. I've never, ever had a Shamrock Shake.
Really?
Never. Nope.
I should have gotten you a Shamrock Shake. If the shake machine hadn't been broken,
I don't want one now. I've just heard great stories.
It's bad.
Put a blindfold on the next morning.
I'm not doing, having, the Andy Warhol BM episode. No, thank you. I don't think so.
Oh, My God.
I think actually I sometimes I go to McDonald's for an immediate, I'm on a tight string and I go in something off the dollar menu or something, some kind of McPoison, and I get it, I choke it down and hit the road. But generally speaking, I don't frequent the fast food places because there's no such. First of all, there's no such thing as a McNugget.
No.
That's
It's formed McSlime.
It's like something. It's like you just chipped off a piece of furniture, some kind of foamy, crusty,
nasty.
I'm not a big
fast food.
I don't know. I don't. Think
Well, my kids get a kick out of it because I'll take them to McDonald's like once a year, and it's their
And they
annual
always find their way
McDonald's
home.
trip. Yeah.
Do they speak in
get
tongues
excited
after eating it?
Yeah, they just
Swollen
it's
tongues,
special
yes.
for them to get McDonald's. I mean, like in the summer, I'll take them to get like a smoothie or something.
Yeah.
But they actually have like real fruit and stuff in their smoothie. They're not that bad, but that's their special.
Yeah, but because there was a mandate that they had to have at least 30% nutritional value in all their food by the time 2015 comes around. So
they better get working.
So
on it
whatever,
because-
they just take some Flintstone vitamins and throw them in there.
throw them in there.
It's the crunchy Shamrock Shake now.
yeah.
So anyway, I don't know how we tend to get off the subject so
Well,
badly.
there is no subject. It's whatever subject we want to make it.
We're talking about spring.
We were talking about spring. I forgot.
See? I'm sure everyone listening forgot too.
That was the overall premise of spring. And
Turn that off. I'm just talking about green poop. Whatever. It's
my God.
This is supposed to be entertaining, and I don't know how we're.
oh well.
It's okay. Too bad for them.
So, oh God.
No, I like spring because I hate the cold weather.
True.
Me too.
I mean, I don't like it when I love like when the flowers bloom and it gets warmer, but I get allergies, so I don't like that part of it. I wish I didn't have an allergic reaction to all the wonderful things that are happening.
I like flip-flop season
Yes.
because so many people do not pick up after their dogs, and it's just fun to stand back and watch.
Oh God.
All the cursing and stomping and flinging of the flip-flop, once they found the little treasures that were left behind, or on a really muddy day and they step out of the car,
Yeah.
big puddle, something like that, and all the, I'm like, shoes. They make shoes.
Well, we tried to go to the state fair. We went to the state fair on vacation,
In
the
Indiana
State Fair.
Hub of the universe. Yes.
And I only brought flip-flops on vacation. That's what I wear all summer. I didn't bring sneakers. And he made me stop on the way to buy a pair of sneakers because I didn't bring any with me.
Isn't that a sign at the Indiana state line? You better have your sneakers on or something?
There may be.
Well, no, actually, in Indiana,
warned
flip-flops
me.
are seasonal wear all year long.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
It's it's. But the thing about going to the state fair is that is an unusually high concentration of droppings, and flip-flops are probably not recommended.
Oh,
Well, then I bought
animals
these
are human.
shoes, and I didn't have. Yeah, really. A little
It
bit
is
of
Indiana,
each.
by the way.
It's very interesting. But I didn't have socks. And I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. Oh, my God. I was almost crippled by the end from blisters because my feet hurt so bad.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so much. It was a lot of fun, though. And I could
fried
have.
butter. Yes.
I could have avoided the
Fried
droppings. They did have fried butter. I'm not even kidding you.
Deep fried butter, deep fried Snickers, deep fried M&Ms, deep fried Oreos. They had everything. Deep fried Twinkies.
Deep fried macaroni and cheese.
I got to go to this one next year. I have another artery I want to clog
Yeah,
out.
really. I know.
Oh, you could hear arteries hardening over the Calliope music. It was
yeah.
terrible.
It was exactly like you think it would be. It was so much fun, but it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to. Like it was, there was so much to see. It
They
was
actually
really
had
cool.
a zone in an area where you had to walk to come into the fairgrounds. There were signs telling you to be quiet because the horses were sleeping.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
we
it
have
was.
a photograph of that.
Wow.
It was real. It was really, really.
They must have a
fun.
union or something. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the kids loved it because it's so different. You don't. We have a state fair, but I don't know anybody who's ever gone to our state
Where
fair
is
in
this?
New
Where is the
Jersey.
state fair in New Jersey?
Nobody even knows.
It used to be. Well, I grew up right near the old state
Camden.
fairgrounds
Yeah,
in Trenton.
yeah.
Then it moved down to Cherry Hill. Then it was up in the Meadowlands. Where is it now?
I don't.
Maybe one
nobody
of our
knows.
callers will call in and tell us.
Someone
where.
please
Yeah.
call in and
Yes.
tell us where we can find the New Jersey State Fair this year.
Yes.
That would be, and we're not going to go through all the doodah. Look it up on, somebody has to know. So please call in.
Please just tell us.
At 227-1360, or you can follow this frivolous behavior www.docandamyshow.com. You can hear us live, screaming audio, and join in the fun. Call us periodically and update us, correct us, whatever. But we need to know where to find the New Jersey State Fair this year. So
nobody goes.
That's yes.
But Indiana, it's like the thing to do, and it really is fun.
You are required to go to the state fair.
Required.
You are
required.
You are.
To go. It's like state law.
It's like 14 or 18 days long. So
wow.
Yeah.
Six Flags
really
over
cool.
Indianapolis.
It's a flag and a half. Pretty much. It's
flag and a half.
It's pretty low budget. Yeah. It's
Well, I think that's why the state fair doesn't do very well here. We're not very agricultural.
Yeah, we're the garden.
it's the garden state.
Patio garden state. Now,
see that plant? That's a cement plant. That's a tire plant. Plants. Yeah.
Right. So, and everybody goes to Great Adventure up in Central Jersey anyway. So it's like what's the stats?
Is there a 4-H in New Jersey?
Yes.
Yes, there actually is. There's FFA. There is 4-H. The high school I worked at back in the 90s until about 7 years ago in Burlington County have a very active FFA chapter.
Oh.
I can think of about a million things that can stand for, except for Future Farmers of America. I finally had to conjure that. Go ahead.
But the very active chapter because there's a lot of farmland up in northern Burlington County where I was working, and these kids, they were working on tractors alongside of the cars, outside of the shop class. It was very interesting.
My dad has an auto repair shop in Central Indiana. He's been there 63 years. He's 300-400 years old now, and
400.
It looks like Moses, long white beard, white hair, and you didn't have to wait very long for there to walk out into a shop, and in one of the stalls there'd be a tractor.
Wow.
In there.
Yeah,
I swear, and it was or a bulldozer.
Right.
There was a piano in there one time. I mean, he fixed anything with two moving parts.
And
no
a
problem.
Duesenberg.
No, he worked on. Somebody brought in a '29 Bentley. I believe it was a '29 Bentley, a big, long, white locomotive-looking thing, and in 5 bushel baskets inside the car was the drivetrain.
Wow.
And in a couple of months, it went out purring like a kitten. He had to make some of the parts.
Oh yeah.
On the lathe.
Right.
But that was he worked on Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Rollses, all of that.
See, that's
stuff.
A craftsman right there.
Yeah, it's he's German, so the Mercedes, that was like, he could do that in his sleep. Yeah. But, that's the German blood. That's what you do. It's I build shelves and curse wood screws.
But you're still coming up to your Germanic heritage. You're building something. You're creating something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
awesome.
I've taken over most of the neighborhood. So
there you go.
So it's that never goes away. Now we want to get to try to cover some of the things. I know we missed some things Amy had prepared for last week. She's got a couple of other things. I wanted to make sure that we got them worked in.
I'll do a couple more right now.
Right now would be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm going to leave some dead air otherwise. Go ahead.
Okay, there we go. So apparently Jerry Sandusky, he's living his dream in prison. Yeah. He said, "I've always wanted to do bigger things, and now I am."
No comment.
Goes from being showered with praise to showering with gaze. There we go.
Oh my God. And then for my weekly Lindsay Lohan story.
We've missed that.
Let's have the Lohan update.
We have to have the weekly.
Give us the
it's just
lowdown on Lohan.
easy. Yep. So
She's
Lindsay
so easy.
Lohan's film roles, they've been drying up.
That's I imagine a lot of things.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, between her multiple arrests, her required stint in rehab, and her unreliability on set, she's changed from America's sweetheart to America's navigational chart for shameless self-destruction.
There you go. That's a nice title. I think that's a little honorable there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, Lindsay announced on Tuesday that she would be starring in the movie The Time I Changed My Cat's Litter Box and Puked on My Mom's New Couch by Tyler Smith, a second grader in Poughkeepsie, New York.
All right.
Well,
I could see that on Lifetime next month.
the after-school special.
Right, that right now after the Liz and Dick movie she made
there
for
you
that
go.
channel. There you go.
Yeah, and Lindsay's going to be playing the litter box. So she's expanding her horizons.
Okay, something. It would be something catty. Who knows? Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a real nugget of a film.
Oh, I have to bring a rim shot.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
That's why the cat has the litter box
Yeah.
right there. Yes.
Yeah, so-
Okay. Some things happen on short notice. We do want to. Now we were supposed to pre-record this and did not because we are goof-offs.
We were drunk
We were
and-
drunk. Amy was drunk. I
We had to crawl.
You were
here.
building shelves.
I
Yes,
had to
and
drag
while
her
I was
out, throw
drinking.
her in the car, bring her
Yep.
here. But we do have a couple of endorsement things to take care of right now, so I will get right to that. First of all, I would like to tell everyone that spring is here, and the folks at Western Pest want to remind you that it's time to inspect and treat for those nasty invaders that may be lurking in, on, or around your home. Our friends at Western Pest have been the go-to pest experts since 1928. That's a long time. They can handle those home invaders for you, from the tiniest bug to the most persistent rodents. They got you covered. If you haven't had your home inspected yet, just give them a call at 1-800-544-BUGS, that's B-U-G-S, to schedule a visit from a highly trained and respected professional today. Do it today. That's Western Pest, your pest expert since 1928. That's 1-800-544-BUGS. And tell them you heard about them right here on the Doc and Amy Show. So we want to get that worked in there. Thank you, the folks at Western Pest, for being so kind to help us out here. Thank you so much. Also, we are innovating some things with our friends at the Out of Nowhere Comedy Tour. They help us with our website. It's kind of a boost to have them around. And what we have heard from them is that they are coming up with something really cool. The Horn Dog Productions is the name of their video pursuits and so forth. What has been happening, they got a collection of comics together, do fundraisers and comedy shows and things like that. Cool. And this is something that we really enjoy. But here's the cool thing. What they've innovated is a comedy roast. And this is for not only corporate events, but for private individuals, parties, things like that. Whatever honoree that you might have in mind, we can learn a little bit about them and roast them just like they used to do on the Celebrity Roast, and still do. And that is very exciting to me. I can't wait to see this happen. So you can go on our website, www.thedocandamyshow.com. Contact us via the second page there. If you have any a business that you'd like some comic entertainment, or if you have an event where a certain individual is being honored and you'd like to roast them, they can certainly make that happen.
It's really great for like a retirement, somebody's retirement, because everyone in the whole group, if you want to do something unique, can each contribute a story about them, and then they can be roasted. It's great for something like that, for maybe like a 40th or 50th or 60th birthday, for an anniversary.
Absolutely.
And a bridal shower. If you or
bridal shower. There you go.
Well, not a bridal shower, but like a bachelorette or bachelor party. If you didn't want to do the nudie bar type thing, like if you're not into that, but you wanted to do something that was, a little bit different and fun and edgy. That's a really fun thing to do.
And I have seen the documentation, so they do a lot of research on this, and they take a lot of notes and find out just what about this person's life is most embarrassing. It's very cool. So you can contact us, www.thedocandamyshow.com. Go right on the Contact Us page, or you can give them a call at 856-571-3939. Tell them what your event's all about, and we'll speak to one of the experts there about making people laugh. So thank you for the endorsement there as well to the folks at the Out of Nowhere Comedy Tour. We'll be looking forward to seeing some things coming from them.
Absolutely.
So that's our endorsement break right there. We want to get back to the action. Now, Kurt, we're sitting here before the program. We were sitting here having a vivid conversation about some of the things that it might be on our minds. And you were saying something else that you had, and I can't remember. I remember the audio-visual thing we attacked last time.
Yeah, we attacked that. I think we've mined that for all it's worth.
Pretty much depleted everything there is about that.
No, I don't know. I forget. It's half hour, so my mind's.
That's a long time. That's a long time for me.
My mind's kind of adrift. I don't know.
Half a minute's a long time for me.
Yeah, Amy should have been passed out by now. She's drunk again, ladies and gentlemen. Remind you of that.
Gosh.
Amy, did you get the puke bucket buyer in case she loses?
Puke bucket.
There's
we got the bucket. Good. Okay.
Yeah, I got.
I mean, we could go back and talk about the AV stuff again. I mean, there is some things about it that's a drag. Okay. Mm-hmm. The schools really need to be careful about putting kids out with the music classes until these kids have mastered instruments.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. First graders playing the violins in public should be banned.
Yeah.
You might as well be stretching a cat.
Exactly.
It's terrible. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's terrible.
And the thing is, last summer I had to do some extra work for a jazz camp for sixth graders.
Jazz.
Jazz.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
one of the most difficult pieces. Now,
Yeah.
high school
The
I
Pink
work
Panther
at.
theme, yeah.
The high school I work with has an award-winning jazz band. Princeton High has a beautiful award-winning jazz band. They go up and down the East Coast. They're wonderful because they've mastered jazz.
Yeah.
Sixth graders haven't done that.
Yeah, they still have a ways
No,
to go. Yeah.
they sound like a bunch of disabled people getting together to jam. Okay. It's bad. And the thing is,
A garage band with no garage. Yeah.
exactly. And the teachers always get up there, and they always look apologetic to the audience. You know, the kids really worked hard on this.
Then you know it's going to be bad.
Yeah,
they say they worked hard.
Yeah.
They put a lot of time in this piece. So I think we're going to play The Girl from Ipanema or whatever you can make out of it right now. So, you know, and they always kind of like, they can't look at the audience directly. They're always like shuffling their feet around, staring at their feet. I feel bad for these guys. You know, it's like, okay, why am I taking salary? And, you know, and they always have a guest jazz artist who comes on there and he's listening to this. Now we know why a lot of jazz artists do heroin, because they teach kids on how to try to
Keep
play.
themselves sane.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
I remember I had a seventh grade band concert, and a new band teacher had just come in, and the band teacher before was gone for a reason because it was really bad. But this was
Glug,
like
glug, glug, glug.
This was like
In the state hospital.
Yeah. This was like a December concert. So basically, he had just started working with us, and we were all completely clueless. It was very bad. So
the
we're
Christmas
playing in the
concert.
concert, and we knew we weren't good, but we tried. And we were leaving, and we were all walking out. My parents were there, my brothers and sisters and stuff. And my mom's like, "Oh, you guys did so well. I know you worked really hard." And my dad's like, it sounded like somebody was dying. My
Count on her
dad.
dad to be
I
painfully
thought
honest,
my
yes.
mom was
Oh, my
going to
God, yes.
kill him. And I didn't even get my feelings hurt because I knew it was bad.
Well, you
I
would
have
have, yeah.
ears.
Well,
Well, it's like a sixth grade jazz band playing, Girl from Ipanema. You know, they give you the lyrics to go with it. You know, when I think of this, I touch my uvula. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's, oi, please don't stop playing.
Oi.
No, I started playing in the band in the third grade.
Okay.
And I won't tell you what year it was because that's just.
Oh, I'm not saying that the kids shouldn't play in the band. I think they should just not play in public.
That's right. Well, I actually, from that time on, I was taking lessons off a renowned percussion instructor. And when I was 12 years old, I jumped into the musicians union, basically.
Nice.
And when I was 14, from Indiana, a fellow from St. Joe, Missouri, had heard me playing in a percussion contest. I won the contest. He asked me to play percussion for their ensemble, and it was traveling out here to Atlantic City to play on the boardwalk, 2 shows a day all summer. My folks let me do it. We met in Peoria. Somebody came and picked me up. We did 3 days of putting together arrangements, played our way out here, played the whole summer. The salt water ate everything off my drum set, all the chrome, and played our way. And everything I did was paid for. I got a lump sum of money at the end of the summer. I spent $3.50 the whole summer. I bought myself a hamburger at Nathan's on Fifth Avenue. Just a hamburger. $3.50 in 1974.
And
It's
now
like,
it's
you got to be kidding me.
And now it's $33.50.
Oh
Probably.
yeah. You walk up and it's just like at J.C. Penney's. They offer you, if you want to sign up for a credit card, they'll give you 10% off. Yeah, but that's my and I went
You
through
have
the
so
jazz
many
band.
interesting stories.
Yeah,
I never did.
That
any
wasn't
of
one
them.
of them, however. But no, it's
It's like when I was 14, I rode around the block on my bike.
Yeah.
Well-
I have no good stories. I have nothing.
well,
When I was 14, I was trying to get cigarettes out of the machine over at the shopping center, but that was
Yeah,
my-
he's
that was
like traveling across the country, and I have
You
nothing.
have to be somewhere.
I have nothing.
I got tired of working on tractors.
Yeah.
It was basically at the end of I was working in my dad's shop from the time I was 4. So it was that escape was necessary for my sanity. But I did play around different areas and states. And
So you
different-
were actually talented.
I was. I'm not now. as we can, as is evidenced every week, right here on the Doc and Amy Show, 227-1360.
It's all gone downhill from there.
It's just, if you don't use it, you lose it.
I mean, I actually play the flute, and I don't have a piccolo, but I can play the piccolo. And Doc and I do like piccolo drum solos.
Nice.
It's awesome.
It's an amazing
The
duet.
flute and the drum.
That's like Tito Puente meeting the Revolutionary Band.
Yeah, it's like you've never heard it before.
But at my height, I'm teeny puente.
I mean, I think it's the drum and flute solo. Like
all we need
duet
is a bagpipe and a pan flute. We're in there, baby.
It's
There you go.
underestimated. I mean, there's just
I think
something
there's a
about
niche
those
market.
two together.
There is a niche.
Robert, what do you think about that? The piccolo, the drums, the pan flute, and the bagpipe. Wouldn't that what an ensemble? What do you think? Should we do that next week?
It's like a leprechaun's nightmare.
Definitely.
Or something.
Leprechaun on acid. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would
definitely
work.
a new sound.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
I am a romantic, as Amy will tell you at heart. I'm
Yes.
I try to
It's
do
very sweet.
things that
He
are
builds me
significant.
shelves for our
But
anniversary.
if you're trying to serenade somebody on a marching snare drum, the cops just show up every time.
There you go.
I can
Yeah.
tell you this from experience. You stand out under the window. It's not. It doesn't work. It's no Romeo and Juliet balcony scening.
Exactly.
So
No, you're a good. We were on, what was it, last year, babe? We were at Wildwood, and they have the drum machine.
Yeah.
That you can actually play with drumsticks. It's like an arcade game, but you can play it.
Oh yeah.
And he never heard the song. It was the song you had never heard before. I picked
I
it
don't
out.
hear
He
many
was
songs.
jammed. People started standing and watching him.
That's good.
He
and then
was
you had to
jamming.
move when the tram came by. Wow.
Tram
car, please.
Car, please.
No, I was just sitting there. I tried to put it on so that I could just jam, and
That's cool.
So
Draw-
the
draw a
song came up,
crowd.
so I'm listening, and people, I looked around and I'm just, they're like pushing me forward, and I'm like, what's the big deal? I'm just playing some drums. You're supposed to. That's what the thing's here for.
Right.
Well, it's mostly it's not people who actually know how to play the drums.
It's just like karaoke. It's not those who can, but those who will.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
And then,
Or
and then
Guitar
I-
Hero.
And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
got the flute arcade game, and I was playing the flute, and that drew an even bigger
Honey,
crowd.
you were drunk again. That was a breathalyzer. she.
People, I was playing Axel F on the flute, and it was pandemonium.
No, it was. Oh yeah.
Oh, he gets me doing. Oh, forget about it.
It's gonna be all day now.
Oh yeah. And I get addicted to it, and I can't.
This is the coolest
And he's
that
like,
white people can get in a room by themselves. Okay.
And I get addicted. I can't stop doing it.
Eddie Murphy's going to call in now.
That was from The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. Remember when they were sneaking
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
each other's bedrooms?
Well, they
part?
used that in.
I love that
more than one
movie.
flick.
It's
Yeah.
the stupidest movie ever, but I love it.
The secret of my success.
You
I
don't
must have
remember
missed.
that?
No, I must have missed that one.
Where he snuck into.
How could you miss a
the
Michael J.
corporate
Fox movie?
executives-
What's wrong with you?
He snuck into the corporate executive's office and he
Right.
pretended to be him. He was supposed to
Oh,
be the new executive.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And then they had to go away on a retreat for the weekend to the big CEO's house.
Right.
And he liked the one blonde chick, but she was with the other guy, and then the other guy liked some other guy. But in that when they were going, chicka, chicka, they were all sneaking into each other's bedrooms and almost catching
Wasn't
each
that
other.
also the end stuff at the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
What didn't they also?
the-
Wasn't
I
that
don't know,
also
could have
on
been.
like Beverly Hills Cop?
Was it?
Well, that was
Axel F.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Okay. See, I don't know. I'm such. A
I still
white
have
guy.
my parents, when I started playing the flute, I used to drive them nuts with the stuff I was playing. So my mom, I come home from school and she's like, I bought you something. And she got me
A
a
mute
playbook.
for the flute.
Yeah. She got me a playbook of like, they're all 80 songs. It was like, I Just Called to Say I Love You, Axel F. Like, to play on the flute. And I'm like, oh, God, that was so nice. And then years later, I found out she bought it for me because she was ready to blow her brains out from all the classical music I was playing on the flute.
From you
Yes.
trying to riff on the flute.
Yeah.
That's a torment, I think, if you have to listen to that. My daughter took piano lessons, and I heard the same piece over.
See, it doesn't
and over.
bother me.
Okay, I play the drums.
Okay.
And Actually, I had some aptitude for it early on, and this old guy, Red Hancock, he was the National Secretary for the President's Union. Okay, I didn't name the guy. He's 140 years old. I was not responsible for his name. He had played with Guy Lombardo, the Dorsey brothers, all of them, right? And he used to come over on New Year's Eve and make me go upstairs and get my drums, and I'd come down. He'd play the piano, and I would play and we'd play till daylight. I mean,
nice.
I'm like 11 years old, right?
I'm tired. I want to go.
Oh no! This was a highlight of my year. This was a highlight of my year, And so he got me in the Musicians Union when I was 12 and change, and I started getting gigs. It's like, hey, this is cool. So he was he taught me a lot about music, and then I got hooked up later in life with a guy named Jeff Huffman, who was a marvel on the strings, and he taught me more about playing the drums than anybody previous to that point. What he says, I got the F word, which is the feeling of the music. Yeah. Because we were phrasing things, we were playing Brubeck and things like that, and 11 and 9, and with the different meters, and you didn't get too many people that wanted to jam in 11/8. Yeah. So anyway, that's I digress. Now, one of the things that we are going to launch into from this point on, again, and I want to mention that again, the caption contest is one thing. Yeah. And if you missed it earlier, for those of you just tuning in or tuning out or whatever you're doing, I think they take turns. We have 2 listeners. I think they shift.
Waking up from your drunken stupor.
Actually, I got to tell you something. I posted, the video from the last time I was on.
Okay.
And I posted it on my website.
Yeah.
We had 29 hits on that.
Really?
Yes. So 29 people were listening to at least part or all of my so there was 29 people. They're out there. They're out there.
Or there's one person who's really crappy at working the internet.
Yeah, that's
I'm back. He's running in circles on the internet.
Whoops.
This is great. I gotta listen to it again.
I don't. What's all the excitement about this internet? There's one thing on
If you build it, they will come.
That's right. Yes.
No, honey, I can't clean the toilet. I have to listen to the Doc and Amy show again.
That's kind of a toss up right there. Right? It's after a Shamrock Shake. Sorry.
Sorry, I put that image in your head.
Oh no, I'm going to be using that for the rest of my life.
There you go, beautiful.
You always take what you can run with it. We were talking about a lot of things like things in it, like North Korea. Now we're scared of this nuclear threat that is looming, from their side of the ocean. I don't know if people are keeping up with this. They have this ICBM. The name of it is the Typo Dong 2.
I saw BM too.
We sell BM right on this program. It's called the Typo Dong 2. Okay. Now, considering its shape.
What's missing is Slim Pickens riding it down.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like who thinks about who? Does anybody think these things?
No.
This is like the nuclear threat from Mo Howard is what the guy looks like, a fat Mo Howard.
Yeah.
How can we
Buttonhead.
Spread out. How can we be taking this seriously? Really, it's like we talked about Iran and their fleet of flying boats that look like something from our World War II fleet, right? And their special stealth fighter, which they have one of, and it's 2 sizes too small. You can see the guy's knees sticking up above the cockpit, which looked like put a quarter in. Right?
Mommy, can I ride again?
In front of the only mall in Iran and their fighter jet. But we're looking at this, and I saw today this former lieutenant colonel. I didn't write any of this down. I'm sorry. I apologize because maybe it'll make it more brief.
You were building a shelf. We'll forgive you.
Yes. Who's saying this is a credible threat. He's saying that we've ignored these people for too long, and we've let the military go, and we're sequestering ourselves into oblivion, and we are going to be having to back up and regroup and saying, why didn't we see this coming? What are your thoughts there, Kurt? Do you think this is credible? I mean, really?
I really think we need to pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, Mo was the most aggressive of all the
Exactly
stooges.
right. He was,
He had the anger issues going, and I honestly, if this guy has some serious Mo tendencies, which I really think he does, I think we're one bad haircut away of a launch somewhere. I think we really need to tighten our defenses down there. I mean, I think this guy has.
My defenses down there are
First
starting
of
to
all,
tighten right now.
this guy considers Dennis Rodman a friend. Okay,
Yeah,
first of
that
all,
whole thing was
that
odd.
was just really creepy right from the beginning there. I mean, I honestly think this guy's about 2 marbles shy of a full bag. So we really need to. I think we really need to pay attention to what he is doing, and let's get some due vigilance here. And
Absolutely.
And I think we're right. But I don't understand, why is the government, every time that we're making a move, okay, we're going to move this here because you moved that there.
Yeah.
It's called military secrecy.
Yeah.
This,
Why can't you just, maybe they're just doing a deke move or something. Like maybe they're got like 20 million of them ready to just go right in, and they're not telling anybody.
Well, I have a feeling
It's
that
like taking when you're playing Battleship and just taking the little dividing thing right down. You know?
Right.
It's
Exactly.
Okay,
Well,
we're moving this to Guam. Hello.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, my guess is that for everything we're telling them that we're doing, there's many things we aren't. But
absolutely.
In the day of satellites, it's kind of hard to sneak things through. I mean, you can pretty much see what's going on.
Well, during the Cold War, I worked a missile system and actually, was had to be vigilant of any possible incoming. It was very stressful. It was. Those were working conditions that were just like woof. But I think now it's. I don't think if he. Opens up a thermos of soup, we can see it on a satellite.
Absolutely.
A lot of what happens there is underground, so we don't know exactly what's going on. But the only thing that was my concern, which I said to Doc earlier in the week, because you don't want to just blow this stuff off. Obviously, you want to take it seriously.
You wanna
like
blow it
just
up.
in my mind, yeah. But what made me feel better, my concern was China. But I read yesterday or the day before that China's condemning his words and his actions, and that made me feel better.
China can't back this guy up because first of all, if we go to war against them, they're going to be cutting off their financial support.
And with Western Europe,
these folks are going to be sitting
It's their
on tons
lifeblood.
of toys and laptops they can't ship.
Exactly.
Right.
So
they have no choice.
It's all about the bottom line.
And they're not in North Korea. They're worth nothing. They're of no use to anyone for any reason. So
Who, North Korea?
yeah, I mean, what good do they do to anyone?
Well, let's just get this over with then.
I think so. It's
I'm
springtime.
not talking about the people are worthless. I'm just saying North Korea is of no benefit to China.
Right.
So why would they?
Right.
I mean, they are an ally.
Their food is
though.
horrible. They dress weird.
Yeah.
Okay. She's okay now.
I agree, yeah.
Amy has become a target for every North
Yeah,
Korean
really.
militant in order.
That's who I really feel bad about is the North Korean people. They
Yeah,
got
it's
to
a shame.
live under a stooge.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're starving.
yeah,
for one
exactly.
thing,
And you would think if these people would know any better, they would
don't.
rise up, but they can't. So
No, they're
unfortunately,
so sheltered. And they said, I read an article earlier in the week that there was a Westerner, I think he was from Britain, who went to visit, and North Korea actually assigned you I forget what they called it, but
A monitor.
an advisor or
Yeah.
a monitor, and they go everywhere with you. And even when you go back to your hotel at night, they have somebody standing outside the door. So you cannot.
Oh, it's like
talk
being
to
married.
Any
But why
North
can't they?
Korean.
Why can't
Yeah.
they do this when these kids go on high school trips to Aruba?
yeah,
Yeah, really.
Johan von der Sloot could have used the
Really,
North
with a
Korean.
monitor then.
Yeah.
The 2 people would still be alive today because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Of course,
nobody
they'd have
who
bad
goes
haircuts.
over there
There you
can
go.
talk to any North Koreans. You can't. They wanted to order ice cream or something. They had someone. That's the only time. Is if they went in a store, they could talk to a waiter or waitress. But that person never left their side. So, and they were only allowed to take pictures of certain things. So, you can't even have a visitor coming into the country feeding anybody any kind of information because
That's
there's
dangerous.
somebody watching all the time. So these people probably have no clue. They don't know what it's like in the outside
You know
world.
what the scariest thing is right now about this? We're talking about North Korea. What if they had some kind of fluke of technology and they're able to beam in on our signal right now, pick up 13?
Yeah, can you imagine?
And, and we launched the war.
This is going out over the World Wide Web.
There you go.
So this can be heard anywhere
But the problem
in the
is
universe.
the internet doesn't work in North Korea, so we're safe.
It works, but they have it blocked.
They go to their one McDonald's and pick up the Wi-Fi.
There you go.
Yeah.
They got,
Exactly.
all these guys and the government guys over there, having a shamrock shake and leaving a green trail
With bad haircuts.
with bad haircuts.
Oh,
yes.
my gosh.
You know what the funniest thing about the North Korean army is? Have you seen the hats that the generals wear?
Oh my God, they're enormous.
Yeah, they're enormous. I mean, I think that's where
Makes
they're
up for lack of something in another area. I think
that's where
maybe.
they're hiding the missiles under the hats.
Yeah, probably.
It's really.
The satellite looks down and sees a big hat.
But you
there's-
notice when they walk, they're kind of like a little imbalanced because of all the weight on top of their heads.
Well, yeah, and a good wind, they become Sally Field. See ya! That's their Air Force.
Sally Field.
Sister Bertrill.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That would be
My
fun.
gosh.
I was always I wouldn't wear that crazy looking hat, but that would be fun. Remember the flying nun? How'd you
Oh, yeah.
I used
she
to
just
watch
put her
that when I
hand
was a
on top
kid.
of that and take off. She's at supersonic speed over wherever she was.
Yeah, Sister Bertrill, I think, was
yeah.
the name. Yeah.
Well, that,
Yeah, I used to watch the reruns of that when I was a kid.
they would have to be reruns. You're barely old enough to actually be remembering it.
And I was a kid, and I'm thinking, what does, why is there a nun who flies? Even then, I was like, this makes no sense. Who comes up with this stuff?
Because
It was called Harry Ackerman, who was head of Screen Gems. Who said, let's put it on ABC.
Let's put a nun
We
who
hit with
flies.
Bewitched. Let's put that on.
This is the only occupation that is even close enough to being aerodynamic enough to take off.
But you know what the scariest thing about Sally Field is? Before the Flying Nun, she was Gidget on
Yeah,
TV.
she was.
And Gidget failed, so let's put her in a nun suit and make her fly,
And now she sits around just complaining about her bones. Okay, whatever. Well, maybe there were a couple of crash landings during
Exactly,
rehearsal.
yeah.
That's what
And
I'm
I
guessing.
heard she didn't have a stunt double, so,
Yeah, who knows?
Keep your gear down, darling. So anyway, we've covered a lot of bases here.
Yeah.
We didn't get to some of the things that we were going to talk about, but that's good
That's
for
a
next
good
time.
thing, actually.
What we do here every week is come to you on Sundays at 5 p.m. For an hour of barely. Lucid
Tolerable,
talk. Yes,
yeah.
barely tolerable. I think that's
Yeah.
the word I was looking for. But we have a lot of fun. And we do have the caption contest this week. We want you to look at the website, www.thedocandamyshow.com. I can't say that enough. Of course, next week, write this number down for next week. It is 856-227-1360. By golly, you can call in and talk
By
to us.
golly.
Oh, shut up. You have yourself just...
Golly gee. Jeepers.
The favorite
Gosh,
slogan
Wally.
of the Indiana State
I
Fair.
think she's going to clobber me, Wally.
What's that girl?
Who's that girl? Marlo Thomas, yeah.
No, what's that girl?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, the one.
Timmy's in the well.
That's one time I had a supervisor when I worked at this big factory.
This is funny.
I will go unnamed GM, and
So funny.
when there were still GM jobs, and she was insufferable. She was just evil. And she came over, and we're in the break room, and she comes in there, and she's looking at me, and she's like, blah, 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 and just complaining.
Telling the story of when we met on our anniversary. So
Just
sweet.
She's going so fast, I can't keep up with the complaint. And there are 50 people in there. She's blah, 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 blah. And finally she stops to take a breath. I said, what's that girl? Timmy's trapped in the well? She never liked me. So how are we doing? Are we about ready to, is this accurate here? We have two. Okay, we have 2 minutes.
2 minutes left.
This is the 2-minute warning of the Doc and Amy show. So you can, at least at this point, you can't say you weren't warned.
I can do that for 2 minutes.
That's
That's much fun.
I'm just doing it too.
I love it.
Thank
can
you,
do a
thank you
round.
for the low threshold hour here of radio. This scintillating display of things that people,
Do with our mouths. Whatever.
I think that's 8 millimeter.
That's great.
Anyway. We are having fun every time we come. We want to thank Kurt Zimmerman for coming join us.
Thanks
again.
for having me
Friend of-
back again. Yeah.
good friend of the show.
And I'd like to tell everyone about a new snippet of I don't know what the word is that I want to say. A new segment we're going to be doing on the show.
Oh, please.
And it's going to be a travel review.
Nice.
Yeah, a little travel review.
Yes, because people, this is, we're getting into spring, summer's coming
Woodstown
up.
by nighttime.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a real travel review.
Yes, so people are going to start traveling.
Just
summer's
like my
coming up.
real news that I did.
Absolutely. So we're going to be offering this as a service.
Yeah.
We're going to be providing this to folks who are going on vacation and so forth.
Yeah.
So that you can find out about places to go to and to stay and to enjoy.
Yep.
However, that is up for next week. We want to thank Kurt for coming by
Kurt.
today. It's always,
As I said, thanks for having me back.
absolutely. It's always a good time.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Happy anniversary to you, darling. Enjoy your shelf and shut the hell up.
Sweet.
We want to thank everyone, both of you, for listening. This has been the Doc and Amy Show. Visit us at www.thedocandamyshow.com, and next week call us at 227-1360. Thanks a lot. We will see you next week at 5 p.m.
Bye.
Bye.
WNJC 1360 AM, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station, broadcasting online at WNJC1360.com, a service of Forsyth Broadcasting.